All right, welcome to the Undrafted Hockey Fan Podcast. I'm going to start doing some of these shorter episodes where I just want to kind of talk about things that I want to talk about around the league. Something where I don't have a full 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, I do, but for some reason, some people don't want to stick around that long, which is okay. So I want to get some of these quick hits in, essentially. So today we want to talk about the Vancouver Canucks and some of the things that they're going through, and clearly they had a rough start, to say the least. I think right now they let's check their record. They are not doing well, to say the least. Like I said, we want to see them do well. I believe I had them going not making the playoffs. So I still have enough confidence in them, unfortunately. But I do think that they have the ability to thrive. I mean, they can still do well. I mean, right now they're 2-5-2. Now we all know they had that 0-5-2 start, and then they had a win over Seattle, their first win. It was their 8th game in the season, and then of course that in a back-to-back they actually ended up beating the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is awesome, good for them. Like I said, really happy for them, and they were able to get that going, but it's just not a good way to start. Now, mind you, they do have to they have to win 3 games just to be at 500. So we'll see if they're able to do that. Their next game is tomorrow in November. So we'll see November 1st. So it is Monday, and they're playing Tuesday. So the one thing I want to talk about is I have a theory, and this is one of the reasons I want to make a video about it. Again, I don't really follow the Vancouver Canucks. Clearly, they're a story to watch for right now. But the one thing I did want to talk about with them is I actually believe that there was a big talk about JT Miller and trading JT Miller. Obviously, that is not going to be happening. He is now signed till 2022, 2027, 2028. He's signed like a 7-year contract. So we're just seeing that he's going to be around here for a while, which is great for the Vancouver Canucks. And when he had 99 points last year throughout the season, so he's clearly, if he can keep that type of production up, or even close to, that's a huge win for them. Now I think the biggest reason that the Vancouver Canucks are a story right now is that there's just no reason that they should be this bad. They have a lot of great pieces. Let's just jump over to their the other screen. Wrong one. All right, here we go. So what you're seeing right here is kind of there's some of their cat friendly page. So we're gonna zoom in a little bit. You can see who they have. They have, Elias Pettersson. He's got a couple years. Of course, they're going to want to keep him. Great player when he's really on. And they signed him at a huge market. So he's 8.9% of the cap. So JT Miller, they recently signed as well. Connor Garland, also 4 years. They got to have him for another. I mean, he's a great pickup from Vancouver. As well as Ilya Mikheyev. Not a bad signing. We know he's really fast. Came from Toronto. Terry Pearson's fine. They have him, but it's whatever. So Andrei Kuzmenko, who they have on his ELC, awesome. Podkolzin, Nils Hoglander. That's actually one. I wanted the Red Wings to trade for. I would have loved to have Nils Hoglander, but it's a bummer. And the thing is, the frustrating thing is he keeps sending him down, and I want him, man. I want the Red Wings to trade for him. I want him to come to the Wings. So I'm totally okay. Let's trade him. Pick him up. I don't want to pay a ton for him, but I'll trade you. I'll trade you Zadina. They're about the same age. I think Zadina would be good for that. I think that Vancouver actually might have to throw in a draft pick too, because I think Zadina's got a little more value. He has performed a little better and been in more NHL games as well. Picked up Jack Studnicka from Boston recently. Of course, let's go down to defense. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, terrible trade, I'll be honest. I thought it was a stupid pickup. I thought can't believe they paid a first for him. I think he's a serviceable NHLer. I don't think he's a $7.26 million player. Let's go quick. They just picked up Ethan Bear. I think that'll be a great opportunity for him. Tyler Myers, not great. Luke Schen's good. I like Luke Schenn. Jack Rathbone, awesome draftee that they got. Of course, Thatcher Demko signed up for $5 million. Great, awesome draft that they did. Quinn Hughes, Brock Besser. So there's a lot of good There's a lot of good core pieces here that they can build around. The problem I think there is there is a dysfunction in the dressing room right now. And so let's just go. I want to look at you guys. So there's a dysfunction in the dressing room. And so what I want them to do is I actually want them to really decide what the direction is going to go. And so there's been rumors that we've been hearing about is that the room is split between JT Miller and Bo Horvat. Of course, Bo Horvat being the captain, he was actually drafted by the organization. They've been in around the same. Well, mind you, the organization did trade for JT Miller from the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that is, and someone, I think I heard this on the Steve Dangle podcast. He talks about that. He said if a team is trading away a great player, and at the time JT Miller was a great player. If they're trading away a great player, why are they doing that? What is the issue? And I'm not saying that JT Miller has any issues in their locker room. But we know that he is an emotional player, and he gets frustrated, which is good because that's what you need some emotions. You need some. You need them to be able to have. You want them to be fairly emotionally stable, but you also want to be passionate. You want to in a positive way. You want to say, hey, like they want to get your butt kicks, and flip that around with that anger and emotion, and really not just hold it in, but to actually like motivate the team. And so by signing JT Miller to this long contract, it was like I said, 7 years, $8 million a year AAV. So you're looking at a long contract that they want to keep him around for. So they said, hey, we're sticking with JT Miller. He's going to be part of this team. Now, the controversial part that I am saying is I think they're going to trade Bo Horvat. I mean, it might be this year. It might be. I think it's going to be better this year because he'll have another year next year. But I think that they're going to trade. No, actually, they have 1 year remaining. So I think he's gone actually next year. So I think they're going to trade him. I think they're going to trade their captain, Bo Horvat, because if the room is split, if the locker room is split between those two, and guys you don't want to be on JT Miller's side and then think Bo Horvat hates you, and then maybe you got to play wing with, or maybe you have to play down the lineup. But like you want to make sure that the whole room is good. And the thing is, if there's divided leadership, that's a huge cue. And so you need someone that's going to bring the locker room together. Now, I'm not saying that once you take the captaincy away from Miller, because clearly he would be gone, I think you give it to Quinn Hughes so that he seems a little bit more emotionally stable. He's an exciting young player. He's going to be there for a long time. I wouldn't give it to JT Miller. He's a little older, which it would be fine, but he'd be good assistant captain maybe. But you want someone that's going to be here that's more emotionally stable and able to and talk to the young guys, because he's gonna be part of the core for the next 10 years. I mean, if he sticks around that long, if Quinn Hughes doesn't end up going to New Jersey to go hang out with his brothers. But I think that it would be huge for them to trade Bo Horvat, get what they can out of him. I mean, they'll probably, if they retain, they could probably get a first-round draft pick for him. A very, very good player. We'll go back here. We'll look at the stats. So go into here. Let's look what he's got right now. So this is just his cap stuff right now. I don't think he's got any stats on here right now. Let's see. So right now, 9 games played, 8 points. I mean, that's almost a point-per-game player. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want a player like that? I mean, you're paying for that type of player, no problem. Like, that's not a problem at all. So look at last year, 70 games, 52 points, 56 games, 39 points. So you're looking at about 3/4 of a point per game. That's fine. That's a great player. That's a first-round draft pick. I think Andrew Kopp was around that much, and Winnipeg got a first-round draft pick from the New York Rangers, I believe, for that. So that is absolutely doable. I think he would be a great pickup. I don't want him really personally. I don't really need him on my team because Red Wings don't really need they don't need a guy yet like that. I think that they're doing well with where they're at. But there you go. So I think they're doing fine with where they're at. So I think that Bo Horvat's going to be gone. I think they're going to flip him for a first-round draft pick. And this is going to be a real quick retool. I don't know if they're going to be going for the playoffs. I still think they're going for playoffs this year. I think let me rephrase. I think the team will try and go. I don't think management will set them up to go into the playoffs this year, just because of this poor start. I think Bruce Boudreau does stick around. I think he's able to turn around the team. I think they're almost about to be willing to fight for a wild card spot. But I think that management does sell off Bo Horvat, gets the first round draft pick out of them, and uses next year to restart. I know it's early. They're 9 games into the season, so 9 games out of 82. So you're looking at about like 11% of the season they're in. If you have this poor of a start, it's really hard to get back into the conversation, to say the least, to get into the conversation of actually being a playoff team. Now, if you look at the Pacific, let's look at the Pacific. They do have a Pacific division. They do have it's a pretty weak division. So that's the one caveat I would say for them, is that they do have an opportunity, because there is not that many great teams in there, that they could end up getting that wild card spot. So we have the Ducks, who are bad, very bad. Although they did just beat Toronto. That doesn't mean they're good, though. They just beat Toronto. But the Ducks are an opportunity. They're not going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. Calgary Flames making the playoffs, absolutely killing, doing a great job. Edmonton Oilers absolutely making the playoffs. Los Angeles Kings did make the playoffs last year, so that is probably a wild card spot for them. Sharks doing terrible. Sharks are my second favorite team, but they're just doing terrible. It's just not their year. They need a quick retool. Mike Reardon even said it. He said, "Hey, we're selling off everything." So I think besides Hurdle, was what they said. So pick up. Hey, Steve Eisman, pick up Timo Meier. He's phenomenal. Timo Meier is one of my favorite Sharks. Actually, Erik Karlsson is my favorite Shark. He's my favorite player outside of the Red Wings. Him and Joe Pavelski. Of course, two of my favorite teams. So Seattle Kraken still in that that starting of a hockey team. They definitely improve. Andre Burakovsky. They picked up Bjorkstrand from Columbus, but just not ready yet. And then the Golden Knights as well. So the Golden Knights they're looking like a playoff team as well. So you have the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers, Los Angeles Kings, and the Vegas Golden Knights are the 4 teams outside of Vancouver that are fighting for a playoff spot. And right now they're all looking like rock stars. So if they can knock off the Los Angeles Kings, who have a bit of a slow start, they're 500 right now. If they knock them off, that'd be huge. So again, I think this is a great year for the Vancouver Canucks to say, hey, guys, we didn't start off right. It wasn't they took a while to get their first win. They got a couple points, but I think they're sitting 7th right now. But if they can get if they can trade off Bo Horvat, get your room in check, right? That's the biggest thing is you need to get your room in check and make sure that your team is all rowing in the same direction. You can't have you're in a rowboat. You can't have Bo Horvat going forward and then JT Miller going backwards and you're just having this weird. No, you need to make sure your oars are going the same direction, rowing the same direction. And again, if the room is split like that, you're just not. You're gonna be doing circles, just like you would in a rowboat, going opposite directions. If you're watching me on video, I look like an idiot. So yeah, trade Bo Horvat, get that first round draft pick. Let him thrive somewhere else. I think that he's done well. I don't know Bo Horvat that well, but I think that clearly the Vancouver Canucks have said, hey, we want to keep JT Miller. We think he's part of the future. So let's run him and let's run with him. So anyways, I think that he'll be gone. First round draft pick. Who do you think he'll go to? Who do you think, if they traded Bo Horvat, who do you think would pick him up? We already know the Rangers. I was thinking Rangers is what I was thinking at first stop, but I think that they're already going to go for Kane, as we all keep hearing. We all keep hearing they go for Kane. Who's a good playoff team? Let's see who would need a left shot. Where would he good? Let me think. What's he play again? What position does he play? Center. Okay. A center? Probably Colorado would be a good one. I know that they're looking at Taves. Colorado would be a good one. Probably probably Dallas. Dallas would be a really good one as well. Of course, they probably want to keep it outside the conference. So we'll see. Maybe Florida. Florida might need a good one too. So we'll see. But let me know, who do you think is going to get Bo Horvat. Anyways, let me know if you like these quick hits. It's a nice little 15-minute video. And yeah, let me know if you want me to talk about anything else. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Welcome to the Undrafted Hockey Fan Podcast. You can see YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. I love interacting on those. So hit me up, and I'm willing to chat back. And let me know which one you want me to talk about. See ya.